The state auditor has issued a letter to the city of Gering outlining some city financial processes they say need to change to bring the city into compliance with state law. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, in a letter to the city of Gering, the state auditor's office says concerns over turnover in the finance director's office, late filing of the fiscal year 2020 audit, and questionable transfers listed on the fiscal 2021 budget form were brought to their attention, prompting a review as to whether a full financial audit or attestation is required. The APA says preliminary work with the city, Interim Finance Director Liz Lutzenheiser, and City Administrator Pat Heath determined such a step was unnecessary at this time, but there is a change needed to internal controls. The letter noted that the city has not been using resolutions approved by the City Council to transfer money from the utility fund to the general fund for a number of years, something required according to state law and court precedents. The city responded that based on prior advice from legal counsel, officials did not believe that was required, as the city did not have a board of public works as mentioned in the heading of the related statute. However, Gering officials said a resolution related to such fund transfers for the current fiscal year would be passed by the council soon, and any future transfers would also include resolutions considered at public hearings. Well, the production of more episodes of the Street Outlaws franchise locally may not take place until later this year. According to City of Scottsbluff Economic Development Director Star Lael, Pilgrim Media has indicated that they will not be coming back this spring as previously indicated due to scheduling conflicts. Last month, the county did approve a resolution that would have allowed the closure of Highway 26 between Scottsbluff and Mitchell in the evenings and overnight through June 6th to shoot more of the program. Lael said local officials have been told that the racers might return in the late summer or early fall to shoot more of the popular series for the Discovery Channel. Well, coming up after the break, Bill Boyer will be in with your first forecast of the month. He'll have that right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
Well, very early this evening we might have a thunder shower or two. Those should quickly move out. Temps fall into the 50s and then down into the 40s as we get towards sunrise tomorrow. It's going to turn hotter though over the next several days. Starting tomorrow, you'll notice a definite warm up. The hottest day probably Saturday, but we're splitting hairs, is really from Thursday onward for the next 6-7 days. Temps look to be above normal with very little rain, which means the fire danger is going to be on the increase. Yesterday, 73 after a chilly morning low of 40, a little below normal this time of year. We ended the month of May an inch short of where we should be. We had 178, we should be at 278. And for the year now, we're just a third of an inch above normal. We've chewed up most of that surplus that we had from March. And temperatures over the last couple of weeks have been cooler than normal for the most part. A couple of days where we got into the low 80s, and then a really cool day on that Saturday, previous Saturday before this one. Then another stretch in the upper 70s to near 80, and then we ended the last 5 days below normal. Today, another one of those below normal, and then we are trending up, up, up with temperatures for the next 7 days. 60s and 70s out here, very comfortable evening. The last one that temps are going to be this temperature for a while. 68 in Oshkosh, 65 in Kimball, 69 up in Lusk. Winds are calm in Ogallala, out of the northeast, under 10 miles an hour for most of us. A couple of locations there at 10 to 11 miles an hour. No real severe weather threats in the nation here tonight. Everything is going to stay pretty benign. There's a marginal risk of severe storms here along the Front Range of Colorado. That gets even lesser starting tomorrow. An isolated thunderstorm around, that is it. Those quickly move out early this evening, and we're left with partly cloudy skies overnight, a few clouds streaming in from the north. That's about it. Temperatures tomorrow or overnight tonight going to go into the low to mid 40s out there. Another very comfortable night. Now starting tomorrow, you'll notice the clouds start pushing from the south, and we get a little bit of a turn here, and we start bringing in more air from the desert southwest, and that's where more of our air is going to come in from. And when we do that, we're going to start bringing in milder, warmer air, drier air too. You're going to notice those dew points come down, temperatures are going to increase, and it is going to turn warmer, starting with 80s tomorrow for most of us, upper 70s to low 80s. Still a very comfortable day tomorrow, but getting back on the other side of normal. No precip coming here over the next 36 hours, and really for most of the next 7 days, to be quite honest with you. An early thunderstorm this evening, that is it. 46 for a low. Tomorrow we start the temperatures getting a bit warmer. We're going to go 82 with partly cloudy skies, light and variable winds. A fantastic day tomorrow, one you're certainly going to want to enjoy. And our 7-day forecast continues that trend of warmer conditions. Look at Thursday all the way through Tuesday of next week, upper 80s and low 90s, with very little, just a 20% chance of some late day showers and storms Saturday into Tuesday.
High Plains Auto Club presents the Father's Day Rock and Roll Classic Friday, June 18th. Registration begins at 2 p.m. at the Gearing Civic Center with a welcome barbecue, cruise for cash, ice cream social. Saturday, June 19th, a parade, show and shine, and awards banquet. To enter, go to highplainsautoclub.com or call 308-765-2418. This event is sponsored by KNEP, NBC, Nebraska, Scottsbluff. Nemnick Automotive, Dyno Tuning and Storage.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with a new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
You might not know that Renewal by Anderson is a local family business. The owner here is Andy Stelflew. He's a fourth-generation rancher who learned about customer service and the land of opportunity early on.
Over and over again I heard, it's about the customer. It's signature service, treating the customer the right way. What a blessing it is to live in America. What a blessing it is to live in a country of the free, that if you want to do something grow, you can.
Renewal by Anderson, great windows and great local people who never forget it's about the customer.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Welcome back. A Nebraska man has been reported missing after he did not return home as expected on May 25th after a camping trip to the Hawaiian island of Kauai. 23-year-old Samuel Joseph Martinez had been studying microbiology at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln campus before he flew to Hawaii on May 12th with plans to spend nearly 2 weeks hiking and camping. His father said on Saturday that the family has not heard from Samuel Martinez since a few hours after he landed on the island. The father said the family filed a missing persons report with Lincoln Police on Wednesday, a day after Samuel Martinez missed his flight home. Well, popular summer attractions for kids in Alliance and Gering are facing delays in opening, but for different reasons. Officials in Alliance, a Big Blue Bay last week, said the facility would not open until today due to forecasted daytime and overnight temperatures. In Gering, the delay could be more significant as today's planned opening of the pool has been delayed due to supply issues of pool chemicals. City officials hope to have the Gering pool open by the end of the week if supplies become available, and they'll keep the public informed regarding the official opening through news releases through the city's Facebook page and city website. And it was a busy Friday here at the KNEB studios ahead of the Memorial Day weekend. Our annual Beef Month barbecue kicked off at 11 a.m. with 2 Big Green Egg grills cooking up burgers and dogs. Patrons lined the street to pick up a to-go lunch for $5, with all proceeds going to Camp Scott. Final totals are still being calculated, and a formal check presentation will be held later this month. Well, coming up after the break, Shabella Guzman in with a check-in with Agnews. She'll have that in just 90 seconds.
This year, W2 means we double. Reganis Auto Center will double your down payment on any pre-owned vehicle on their lot. Turn $500 into $1,000. Turn $1,500 into $3,000. Use that money to get out of your lease or a vehicle you owe too much on, or to lower your monthly payments. For a limited time only, double your down payment only at Reganis Auto Center on East Overland and East 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Your volume discount dealer.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's 'cause it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leeds Heads.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
The dry edible bean crop will be going into the ground this week and next. Courtney Schuler, Trinidad Benham field representative, says some farmers have already begun planting, and
we should have several more if the weather continues to be dry. Our soil temperatures are in the low to mid 60s, which is perfect for dry beans. And it looks like our temperatures this week will warm up into the 70s, 80s, and even a couple days it looks like maybe in the 90s. So that'll be really good to get the soil temperatures up and get the beans emerging for a good start to this year's crop.
The month of May brought some much-needed rains and cool weather there at the end. The dry edible bean commodity market is not like the corn or wheat markets, but those markets do make an impact on the crop, especially in acres.
So obviously the grain markets have been strong for, several months now, and the dry beans needed to compete with those prices to, stay competitive for acres. And so, acres are going to be down some from this past year. Exactly how much, it's hard to say at this point until we get the crop in the ground. But we just continue to kind of compete for those acres and try to get the amount of beans planted that we need to fulfill the market demand.
Temperatures will warm up throughout this week as the National Weather Service predicts highs in the 80s, helping not just dry beans and their growers, but most of the crops with some heat units.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
Why bank at a local community bank? When you choose a local community bank, you keep money in our local economy. That money helps support local jobs, schools, and businesses. Money that helps fund a stronger and prosperous community for us all to enjoy and live in. At Platte Valley Bank, we are here to help build and support the community we love being a part of. We believe that together, we can make great things happen. Platte Valley Bank.
And finally tonight, family, friends, and neighbors gathered at cemeteries across Scottsbluff County and throughout the Panhandle, state, and nation Monday, taking a brief moment to remember those who died in service to our nation. At East Lawn Cemetery outside of Minutair, those attending the Memorial Day ceremony were reminded that each one of us likely knows somebody who has given their life for their country.
Some of them are here, and we are thankful for all that they did to bless us with freedom and give us a good life.
This year, the Scottsbluff County Veterans Service Office hosted 7 Memorial Day programs, including this one at Minutair, as well as ones in Scottsbluff, Gering, and Banner County. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.